All right, here we go. Brand new podcast featuring a special guest. Let's kick it off, Nate. In 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the Nickson and Nate podcast.
It's good to be back.
It's great to be back. And today on the show, we've got the most talented actor of our generation. A man that's been on the big screen, the small screen, any kind of screen you could think of. He has dominated it. He's here to talk about, this amazing movie that premieres this week for special people to go see. Everyone's special, but we're excited to have the amazing Beulah Koale.
Yes, Beulah. God, how intimidating is it to sit next to a man that decides to come into a corporate arena with no sleeves?
Unapologetic, bro.
I almost fluffed that one when I said the special people get to go to the premiere. Because Nickson didn't get an invite.
Yeah, man.
No, but I'll tell you about it, though. I'll tell you about it when I go see it.
Yeah. Shut up. No, I said, Beulah, that I'm going to go watch it and pay for a ticket.
Got you.
Just so I can support yours, because you've always been such a generous and loving man.
Thank you.
When you're on $500,000 a year, I expect nothing less.
Bro, in 2025, like looking back, like this young guy that used to be a youth leader, who's now on the big screen, man. Yeah. What's the journey been like for you? Has it gone quick or gone slow?
Bro, if I think about it, it's like, I was telling my wife yesterday, I think I was like 15 when I first started. Yeah. Like pursuing acting, and now I'm 33 this year. So I don't know, man, it seems like a lifetime ago, and that kid that was back then is not me anymore. But my trick with my career is that I always try and be that same kid. It's just different levels, an older version. I always say there's no adults, it's just older kids that know more things. So it's been cool, man. It's been a great journey.
I love how you haven't aged.
Yeah, you haven't aged.
Oh, thank you, boys.
I don't know what it is. Is it something that you're conscious of, that you have to work out all the time because of the business that you're in?
Is it Botox?
Yeah, nah. If I go down that Botox level, I look like a cow. Like a cat, Everyone else, is just like, I don't know what's going on, but. No, it's I knew early on in my career, like they're gonna be the fit-looking Islander or the big Islander actor.
Why'd you look at me? Why'd you look at me?
I didn't look at you. I was just saying, because you're making your way down, to our level. And,
so I'm not on your level?
Beulah, just stop.
I'm gonna stop. Nickson, you made that journey, shot you.
Oh, man. Bro, like, what was the first thing you acted in?
First thing I acted. Oh, it was a short film called Manurewa.
Yeah.
It was about the shooting down at the liquor store down in Manurewa when I was a kid, and the Indian liquor store, and the cops wouldn't go in and help them because they thought that people were in there.
And someone made a short film on it.
Yeah, someone made a short film on it. Funny story about that, because then I met the also that was a part of that, like years later. And
wait, the actual
the bros? I don't know who he was, but he was like, I remember being in the line for KFC, and then I got this tap on the back from one of the bros, and he was like, "Hey G," I was like, "Hey," he's like, "You're Beulah, eh?" And I was like, "Oh yeah," and he was like, "Oh, I'm one of the guys that you played in that short film and that's not how it happened." And I was like, what? I was like, oh, so I was just trying to order my fucking 20 pack. Yeah. And he was like, that's not how it happened. I was like, Sally, I'm still in school, so I was just pretending.
Bro, what do you think you wanted to see if you could get a cut from that film? Or?
I don't know. It's just, I just had a laugh, bro. You just got to laugh. And he laughed. And
that's what you got to do, man. Knowing their history, you got to laugh.
I was like, oh, so we're both in KFC.
There's an audio family feast to move along, man.
There's a misconception that once you're on screen that you're this gazillionaire, right?
Yeah.
So if I saw someone who acted me, I was like, where's my cut, man?
Yeah.
Not only did you not portray it properly, I got no money for it.
Nah, I didn't even get paid, I was like, 16 at the time, still in school? I was like, but nah.
How's the love for it? Is it as strong as it is now as it was back then?
Oh, the love for the craft.
Yeah.
I love the craft. I'm addicted to it, bro. I'm addicted to the craft of acting, the craft of telling stories. Like every second of the day, I'm thinking about it. I'm not being like a eatus. Like I'm like every sound, every interaction I have, I'm always thinking, how can that story be told? My brain is always on, and I'm addicted to the craft. And I feel like a lot of people who know me know that about me. Yeah. I don't really care much about the glitz and glamour, about the everything else. I just want to do the work. So, yeah, that love for the craft is always there.
Yeah. It's buzzy to me because when it comes to radio, with Nickson, he will master every aspect of radio, from on air to producing to the software, and then I only care about this. Where would you place yourself as far as being an actor?
Oh, I'm both of you. I got to know every little thing about how a story is made and told, and put in every, like, go too far with preparation. Yeah. But then when they call action, is the thing that you're talking about.
Where you're just in the zone.
That's when I throw everything away and have the balls to be like, all right, let's play. I've done all the prep, and now let's have fun. You know, so yeah.
So it's that prep that gives you confidence, eh?
Yeah, and it's having the balls to be brave enough to throw it all away when they call action and just play. Yeah. Have fun, yeah.
Have you ever just gone with the flow and just gone, nah, I'm not going to prep this one and just see how it works out?
Yeah, I mean, there's like some jobs that don't require heaps of prep.
Yeah.
Like some jobs, it's just like...
like the low budget ones?
Nah, bro, you know what? The low budget ones like Tinā.
Yeah.
This is a low budget film. Like, people need to understand this little film, little Samoa, New Zealand film, was made off of peanuts. You know, and made off of people who were there turning up who want to tell the story. But this has probably been the most important job of my career in terms of the impact it will have on our people, not just Samoan people, but Polynesian people. And the way we're represented in this film as brown people, it's never been done before. And there's been heaps of brown stories been told. And Mickey Mangasiva, who wrote and directed this, I feel like he's nailed it. And that's the most important film of my career because of many reasons, like who I represent, what I represent, and the story that my people are going to see. It's like, I was trying to explain it to one of my brothers. It's like, I feel like, I hope my people can go, it feels like watching Manu Samoa play for the first time. Like a Manu Samoa back in the 90s. When there was no corruption and there was no... I don't care about, you know, there's just like, when it was just pure heart and love for the story and love for the people. I hope that that's what our people see. Like, I can get goosebumps now.
That just shows how important and how powerful Polynesian stories are, right?
Yeah.
That you can tell that the story holds the movie rather than the budget holding the movie.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been our whole life, you know? Like, it's growing up, not having much, it's about the fight of the dog, you know? That's my mum or my aunties. When I said I was going to Beulah College, I was scared because I went from Howard Intermediate to Beulah College. I was like, oh, that's a downgrade, mum. I'm going to be screwed. They're going to beat me up. And my auntie always told me, she goes, ole a onga Beulah, ole kaka. You know, it's not the school, it's the person. It's the fight of the person. So I was just like, oh, it's the same thing, you know? It's not the budget. It's always the fight of the story, fight of the people who are involved, who want to go out there and tell the story.
It's cool to see you so passionate about it.
Bro,
man.
that's I'm addicted, bro.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's the argument, you know, because a lot of us are fighting for representation in a lot of spaces, right? And the argument is, as long as there's brown faces on TV, on film all the time, that's great. But we had a little discussion before. We're not going to delve too much into it, but there's some productions that you're like, man, I need to be a part of this so they can see us on screen more. But when you read the script and then you watch the outcome of what's made, it's like, oh, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
Like, what was this piece of shit movie that I was in?
Yeah. Oh, like, I've said no to heaps of things. And I'm lucky to be in a position where I can say no to, you know, because I've worked my way up. But I always try and tell people coming up, especially our people, I'm like, sometimes your no is more powerful than your yes. You know, because they'll define you I know the decisions I make with my career, with what I attach myself to, define who I am as an actor. So, yeah, I try not to attach myself to a lot of those types of projects because I know it's not for me, bro. I'm in this point of my life where I'm just like, I literally have to show my people how far I can push the limit, you know? That's my job on this earth. My job on this earth is to crack it as far as I can, not forget the youth kid that you told me who I was, still be him, but push the limit and show my people, bro, we can do way more.
How hard was it, though, to say no to the first one when you knew it wasn't right?
It's hard, bro. Yeah. And it's not, it wasn't money. It was more like that Pacific Island thing of just letting down, you know, the people who are part of it. And a lot of times they won't understand, and they'll probably go behind your back and backstab you. And
then talk to your mom, and
then you feel like rubbish. But
he's too good for us.
Yeah. But I always say it's the same game, just different levels. And my meaning with that is like, I had that same conversation when I first told my mom that I wanted to be an actor. And she was like, I'm an actor. Do you get money from that? You know, and it's the same conversation. I just didn't listen to my mom, and I chased something. And once the money came in,
then she's all good with it.
So it's the same thing with these people making shows or whatever. And it's not just our people, other shows. It's like, it's the same thing, just different level. I'm going to say no to this because I know what the reward is going to be later on if I just stick to my guns.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a project that you thought isn't quite right for our people, that you're not a part of, and you felt the need to go and say, hey, you might want to rethink that, or it's not? Yeah.
I mean, all the time. Like, but that's art, you know? It might not be something that I like, but other people like. And sometimes the thing that I like, a lot of people watch. I don't like, a lot of people watch, you know, and it helps the analytics, and it helps content or whatever.
That's a battle, eh?
Yeah, it's a battle. So it's a fine, I reckon that's where I am in my career now. It's like, how much do I give? You know, because you can't be an artist, because then you won't
pay the bills.
Yeah. You'd be one of those weirdos who's just like locked away in the house and be like, you know, don't talk to B here, and he just talks when the scripts arrives at his door. Yeah. You know, he's still going to be a human.
Yeah, I find that like Beulah he's so approachable, he's still human, still relatable. Everybody just feels like they can come and just talk to you because you're just one of the bros. Yeah, even though you've been so successful. Lowlights and highlights. What's been the low light? We'll start and get that one out of the way first. Has there been that one moment where you're like, this is not worth it. This sucks.
Yeah, bro. Like a couple of weeks ago. Nah, not like but these moments are like, that's not the lowest of my career. I've had, you know, I've been through the battles of life, and I feel like that's what God's given me. He's given me a tough life so that I can use it for this art. You know, so all my lows have been things that I've used for my craft that I can draw on. And it's not really a low like a couple of weeks ago. It's just like the industry right now, film, TV, everywhere, most industries, they're screwed, you know? So it's kind of just been like everyone trying to pivot and trying to figure out where to survive. You got mortgages to pay, you got kids to feed, you know? And I remember being there, like at my house, just looking at my kids going, I love them so much. How am I going to keep this industry going when there's literally no work out there, you know? And the answer is you make your work.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now, making work. But that's a long process, you know? Yeah. It's like, but I have to believe in that dream. Just like, this is going to work so I can make my kids survive. Like, as glamorous and as successful as the world thinks of me or us, like, no one actually knows what goes on at home. You know, no one.
True story, man.
No one actually knows
until it's in the paper.
Yeah,
yeah, for him.
You know, no one actually knows any of that. So it's having those honest conversations with myself.
The struggle's real, eh? Sometimes,
bro. The struggle's real, and if it's real for us, I always think, if it's real for us, imagine my cousins and aunties and uncles in Otara. They're dying then, you know, if it's yeah.
That's funny, like when you go through your ups and downs in life, you kind of, there's this illusion that there's a safe bet when it comes to what you do for work. Like, there's no safe bet.
No.
Whichever way you go, it's always a gamble. You know, if you think you got that job, that 9 to 5, they could shut down in a week.
Yeah.
Or if you go and aim for this big thing, you might miss, and it's like, but you know, at least you know you tried. You've had a run at it. But for our people, it's like, yeah, that safety net, there's no safety net.
No.
It's like
everyday survival.
Every day, you know. And I'd like to see for us to see what it looks like when we're not just surviving. You know, like I was talking to someone in this building, and I said, so what do you get up to? He goes, nothing. I was like, what do you think about most of the time? Money. But it's like, how do I pay this bill? How do I make the money to pay this bill? Who do I need to help out with money? Is mum and dad calling? I was like, man, I think that's probably the majority of everyone. Yeah. So it's hard to have that going on in your mind and then say, I want to perfect my craft.
Yeah.
It's a privilege to put, you know. Yeah.
Yep. That's why we just go back to Samoa, live with the land.
Don't forget your roots. All right, highlights, man. What's the thing that you're the most proud about in your career so far?
In my career, I mean, I've done some pretty cool things, and I'm not like I've done Hawaii 5-0. I was on a major TV show in America that was like top 5 in ratings every time.
I love that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being in Hawaii and I saw you filming and I was calling your name and you forgot. So Beulah.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you must
Did you
be
speak
busy.
an American accent? You must be
Sorry,
busy.
Beulah. Beulah, is that you? Do you remember me?
Oh.
Bro, you looked at us, the guy from Albany Hall.
I just always bump into you in random places, man.
Yeah.
Random places.
We were talking before. Is this a line of work, obviously, that you're very passionate about, that you love, and that's afforded you a lot of opportunities? Is that where you'll direct your kids? If they say, Dad, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, I kind of want my kids to do something else, but my kids lately have just been telling me they want to do acting.
Yeah.
And I just like, it breaks my heart because I know how hard it is, and I know how many people are in there that I can protect my kids from, you know, and I know just the work of the business.
Yeah.
It's just more protecting from the business of it.
Yeah.
So it's but I don't know. I've always said whatever my kids want to do, I support them. So if they want to do acting, I have to. That's my job.
It's funny because my daughter, she's just started into me, and I said, "What do you want to do after this?" She goes, "I want to be an artist." I was like, she's a great painter, yeah. And in my head, I'm like, no. Yeah. I was like, no. Yeah. It's like
That's your Samoa coming out, man.
No, but like, you know, you help out these kids as much as you can. You bring them up. I mean, mostly her mum, but you know, it's like there's a hustler gene missing. Like that's like, you know, if you were down to your last dollar, can I trust you that you're not gonna go, I don't know what to do? Like, you gotta figure it out.
Yeah. But that's our thing as well.
Yeah.
As parents, like. People have told me that it's like, don't put your trauma on your kids. I was just like, fair. Yeah. I remember one time in Hawaii, and I was like telling my wife, I was like, you're spending too much. I was watching the bills come through. Yeah. And it's like, you act like we're rich and stuff. And my wife just blankly looked at me. She's like, we are rich. And I was just like, yeah, but just don't like be poor. Have the poor mentality. I was just like, please, I hope my kids don't have that, you know?
How old are the kids now?
They're 8. I got twin boys who are 8, Isaac and Xavier, and a little 2-year-old Mason.
Oh, that's so
3
cool.
boys. Yeah.
That's cool.
No, it's so cool to see the twins, like, you know, thriving and like just doing their thing, man.
Yeah. Well, it's our job, you know? Just go out there and make them.
And you're giving them awesome experiences, eh? Being able to travel the world.
Yeah.
See their dad on the big screen, small screen, phone screens.
I always see that. Like, I always ask them, I was like, is it weird for you guys? Or I always ask how their friends treat them because I always, you know, careful. I'm like, you guys get picked on? Or, how is it? But they tell me, they're like, oh, nah, teachers always like tell us what you're doing. And I was like, tell your teachers to teach you. They're like, they showed us your trailer. What are you doing? I was like, tell your teachers to teach you. I didn't freaking take you to the school so they can tell you what your daddy's doing, all right?
What's the ratio of how many jobs you've auditioned for compared to the ones that you didn't get?
That I didn't get.
Yeah, so...
My success rate?
Yeah, what's the success rate?
I reckon like 20%.
Really?
Yeah, maybe lower, 20%. Yeah, I audition a lot.
Wow.
And I have meetings a lot, and you know, and the worst is when you're this far, you're this close, and you lose it. And that was one thing because my kids are starting to audition. That's real scary. It's teaching my kids how to take a no. You know, because like most adults don't know how to take a no.
So I'm still learning. Still learning.
So I'm like telling my kids. Well, one of my biggest rules, you know, for anyone listening as well, is like as soon as you do an audition, delete it. Delete it from your brain. Forget about it and go on with your life.
So you don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, so you don't just because now it becomes everything you can't control.
Yeah.
You know, and it becomes people. And I've been on the other side where it's like literally sometimes the way you walk or the color of your hair, and you'll be a great performance, and it's just like, oh, nah, that's not gonna work. And even if it was a great performance, that performance might not be the flavor that we need.
Yeah.
For the thing, so it's just like there's so many things that you can't control that it's like,
and you'll just end up like giving yourself a migraine trying to think why you didn't get it.
Yeah. Most actors do it. They just think about it nonstop. I'm like, bro, stop talking to me.
It'll give you the meanest anxiety.
Yeah.
How do you stay so solid in an industry that's known for like backdooring people?
Bro, I know who I am.
Yeah.
That's like something I always try and, from the beginning, is never lose who I am. Like, I know where I come from. I know I've been broke. So I understand that, and I understand what that life looks like. And I grew up in Samoan Methodist culture, and I always told myself if I come in this industry, and I made a promise to God that I'll never change who I am or the way my values are. And I've been wrong many times.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many times have you been tested?
I've been wrong many times. You know, my wife told me the other day, even when I was in Hawaii, you know, success, she's like, that was probably when you were the biggest dick ever. And I was like, what? But I was providing, I was doing all this stuff. And then if I was honest, I was like, whoa, you were actually right. Yeah. And I didn't know it because you're in it. Yeah. You know?
I based my value on what I was giving.
Yeah.
So to my family, I was like, hey, don't talk to me unless spoken to.
Oh, relax. Look how that ended up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unless spoken to, prison guard.
Got him.
You've been waiting for that one, eh? Okay.
It's okay.
No, but like when I was talking to my baby mama, it's like the nicest I've ever been is when I've had nothing.
Yeah.
And she goes, you just look like you're just trying to like go to work. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Not for long.
Yeah. Enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah. How do you rate your American accent out of 10?
I give it a 7 or 8.
Solid.
Like, bro, when I first got the Hawaii 5-0, because that was my second American job. My first one was the soldier movie with Miles Teller. And even when I was on there, I didn't know, like the audition process. My mate Dom, he done an audition at my house, and I just copied the sounds he was making. So when I kept making it to the next stages of the audition, they kept using the same script. But if they changed the script, I wouldn't have known like what sound to make because I was just listening phonetically to what they were doing. And then they cast me, and then I told the casting director, I was like, oh, I don't know how to do an American accent. They're like, what are you talking about? You've been doing it the whole time. I was like, go give me a sentence. And then they were like, gave me a sentence. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh. And then they gave me a coach and everything. And even when I done Hawaii 5-0, I reckon that first season, bro, I sounded like a Samoan trying to do an American accent. So, yeah, but now...
Is Dom the one that does all the socials with Johnny?
Nah, Dominic Onaariki. He's my best mate, Koale.
Oh, yeah.
My Koale brother. And that guy is a king of accents. He's one of those guys who can do anything, so...
Damn.
I'd love to see you do a cowboy movie and just have the Hollywood husbands of Samoa accent.
Sounds like he's over. He's speaking English, but it still needs subtitles.
Yeah, straight up.
Fuck, we gotta talk about this movie Tinā, man. I know you've talked about your experiences and how it made you feel, but it was so awesome that I see Annabella's on it because she just. It doesn't matter.
What's her resume?
I remember from Killer Coconut Crew, we used to work together at New FM.
Nice.
She just has like, I know kids say it, but she's got aura, man.
She's the mother of Polynesian artists, actors, theater. In the theater world, she's the queen of our people, and especially in the film TV world. But there's never really been opportunities for Bells, Annabella, to, because, and Bells will say it too, she always gets cast as the Samoan island mum, and there's never really many opportunities out there for that. So this is a film where she gets to do that, and honestly, she's going to get an award for this film. Hey. She is, even like when I always tell her, like, I remember acting with her, and usually when they call action, with my prep and everything, I can just play with the other actor and see what's going on. And I usually feel, not in a cocky way, I was like, oh, I got this. I'll help you. But with Bells, she was giving me a hiding. Like it's called like stealing the scene. Yeah. And I just felt her mana and her work, and she wasn't doing much. And it was so cool to be there working opposite someone that is at that level that you're chasing and you want to be at, and to work at that high level. And I feel like when people watch the movie and they see her performance, oh, it's amazing. And there's this other girl in there, Antonia Robinson, Palangi girl. Bro, her work is like...
Is this her feature? Is this her first?
Yeah, her first. I think this is her first feature film too. She's a young Kiwi actress, and I think she's gonna be massive, bro. Yeah. And I told her, I was like, I watched the way she prepped, and I watched the way she moved around the room, and let all the choir students of this cast know that there's a level expected. And I was like, I love that, and I think Tony's gonna be big.
Yeah, nice. What's the premise of the movie?
So it's set down in Christchurch.
Yeah,
it's a Samoan teacher. It's just after the earthquakes, and her daughter was in the CTV building and died, and she was a choir teacher before that. The film starts. You catch Marita, who Annabella plays, post her daughter dying and in a depressed state, and she needs a job, and I work at Wins, and her nephew gives her a job and says, you got to go work at this private school, a private school down in Christchurch. We all know what that looks like, And there's this island lady with a puletasi down in this private world, and she a lot of people try and say it's a little bit like Sister Act. Yeah. The brown lady who goes in there and teaches these kids choir. But, the bigger picture, teaching those kids culture, our culture, and showing them what love looks like on our side, and how you can be a bookworm, or you can be from different backgrounds, but we have something in our culture where it's fa'aloalo, the love, the respect for everything, and you kind of get the stories told through that. These kids making it to the Big Sing. Do you know what the Big Sing is? Is the big choir event. Yeah. So they're working towards that. And the film was inspired by that, by Westlake College, when they
did the rounds.
They done that like melody of all the Samoan songs, right? And just like the goosebumps, And that's where. And
it was cool, man. You saw like Asians, Palangi, Samoans, Maori, all in that one choir.
And every Samoan that watched that was emotional. Like it just made you feel something that like your people translated our culture and went into other cultures, and they could feel that. So. Yeah, that's where the film was inspired from, and bro, I can't wait. Yeah. It's not just a Samoan film. Bro, there's barely any Samoans in it. Like, it's mainly...
I mean, you're from Puerto Rico.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, man?
There it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
Hey, I know you got a special relationship with the Mangasiwa families.
Yeah.
And I always, and Mickey's obviously directing the film, putting it together. And I was just talking to you before about the timeline of... I guess from when Pua passed away, and to be able to have the strength to kind of go, you know what, I'm going to make a movie. Because I know for me, I don't even know if I'd still that's such an effort that you need to go, okay, I'm going to pick myself and go and put this together. What was it like working with him?
With Mickey?
Yeah.
Honor. Like, he's my big brother. And this film was made from a spark of that imagination of the choir, but a lot of it was driven from the pain that he was going through in those 5 years. That pain that whole family was going through. And this is a dedication to his brother, to his family, to his mum, to a mum who lost a son as well, And through that, I think it's a dedication to our people. My whole career is dedicated to Paul Mangasiwa for the rest of my life. Because I held him as number one. That was who I wanted to be like, and that was who showed me and who helped me. And Mickey, Robbie, Steve, all their brothers, all the Mangasiwas, they like do that for me too. Like Mickey, even when I was finished and I was wrapped, I'd go in on set and I just ask questions because I want to know how a film is made, because I want to make my own film. And Mickey just invited me the whole time. Took me into the post office, how they edit and cut films together. And, that's the love the Mangasiwa family has had for myself. But, bro, this film it's an honor to be a part of that. That's why it's the biggest thing in my career as well, because of who I'm dedicating it to.
The beautiful family, man.
Yeah.
They're a beautiful family.
Yeah. It's the Mangasiwas are, worldwide for Polynesian people, eh? That's who we all grew up loving and watching, listening to. So I celebrate it, man. I celebrate Pooh's. It's like not a sad thing. It's like, bro, this is a way to celebrate this guy.
Yeah,
Who helped all of us. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, so I can't wait for the world to see it.
Yeah,
And
buddy.
he's been a part of it, bro, the whole time. He's like done some spooky things every time, and he talks to us in the weirdest ways, like the real funny Samoan things that he does on set, or the way he pops in your dreams and stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for people to see him. They're gonna see him in it.
I love it. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's between me and Robbie. He's really close, like, to being the actual Samoan George Clooney.
Yeah.
Because I always said it was me, but man, he's giving me a good run for my money, Robbie.
I mean, he's cracked it now. He's over there doing it. So
Probably the only Samoan man I know with the tightest leather jacket on his motorbikes.
He's probably the only islander that can ride a motorbike and won't think is a gangster.
Yeah.
Pants are too tight.
But the type of motorbikes he rides too. Like he actually loves riding. Yeah.
He's one of those guys that goes on the Harley Davidson tours. You know,
Yeah.
like, let's go for a ride, bro.
Yeah. Where our people are like, we just ride from South Auckland to North Shore.
We just do funerals these days.
Oh, it's so true.
Also, thank you so much for coming in, man.
Beulah, you're the man.
Thank you.
When does the movie come out? I know the premiere's this week.
Yeah,
27th.
27th of February, the movie drops.
Yeah, love it. Make sure you go and support Beulah and the rest of the team, man, and support the story.
yeah. Support our people.
Yeah.
Can you make it shorter than 6 years the next time we catch it?
Yeah. Sharp boys. Thank you.
I didn't say yeah, but
You see how I just say,
Nah, my brain went, that's up to you.
yeah, fuck.
Sharp boys.